Alright, how's everyone doing? It's Matt with Naz Fight Media coming at you guys with another video. You guys already know it's time to bring on that boxing. Today we're going to be talking about David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. It's a done deal, guys. Super middleweight bout. I think it's March 25th they're saying. But yeah, it's official, a done deal. This is a big fight, guys. This is one I've been waiting for. One that's, had a narrative to begin with. These guys really don't like each other. They have history. There's a storyline to it. David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, they really don't like each other. They have a lot of beef, and it's been a long time coming. They wanted to fight each other, a while ago, but now's the time where it's actually going to go down. Bad blood always makes for a good fight. Caleb Plant coming off that win against Anthony Durrell, knockout of the year potentially. And David Benavidez, we know how talented he is. We know how scary he is, the monster. It's going to be a very interesting fight. So let's get into it. Let's break it down a little bit. But before anything, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the post notification bell. When I'm uploading these videos, we're covering all the, the most talked about fights and events, within the sport of boxing, in the combat sports world, whatever you guys, want to see. We're making videos about it. But as far as Caleb Plant and David Benavidez goes, they're saying that it's going to be an interesting fight. I don't know. I think I'd have to think that David Benavidez is going to be the favorite going into that fight, because although Caleb Plant, came back, beat Anthony Durrell, devastating fashion, that left hand to the body coming over, with the left hook, knocking him out. That was devastating. He really, exceeded my expectations. I gave my respect to Caleb Plant because I didn't expect him to stop Anthony Durrell. I thought he would cruise to a unanimous decision, but he proved me wrong. So hats off to Caleb Plant for that tremendous win. It was really devastating. I was like, my jaw hit the ground when I saw that. But we know that David Benavidez is a different breed. I believe he's 6'2" and Caleb Plant's 6'1". So they're both big guys, but we know in the ring, David Benavidez, his presence, I think he's going to be the physically bigger guy in terms of, just physique. He's just that muscular guy. And Caleb Plant also very, in shape guy, but more trimmed down, more cut. But that's a good thing, because that means his conditioning is probably as good as it gets. We know he got stopped by Canelo, but there's no shame in losing to a guy like Canelo Alvarez, potentially on your number one pound for pound. I don't know where you guys have him now. He's not my number one, but he's definitely on my top 10. So no shame in losing to Canelo. So this is a step to for either guy to potentially get another Canelo fight for Caleb Plant, and then David Benavidez getting his own fight with Canelo. But they're big stepping stones. These guys are, right there with each other. I heard that Caleb Plant asked for a bigger ring. David Benavidez and his father, weren't too happy with it, but they kind of gave it to him because they wanted to make the fight happen. They said that his team, David Benavidez and his team, were saying that they just want to get Caleb Plant in the ring and knock him out. Sorry, I don't know why I can't talk. But yeah, they don't really care about the terms. They just want to make sure that Caleb Plant is in there so that David Benavidez can stop him. It's a stepping stone, but it's a big task for both guys. I think that Caleb Plant, he intends to move a lot. Why else would he ask for a bigger ring? He wants to be able to be very mobile, so that he's not a standing target for David Benavidez. We know David's very active, punches in volume. He's a very active fighter, throws a lot of combinations, so that's something that Caleb Plant's going to have to be very careful about. Caleb Plant has that kind of shoulder roll or Philly shell or Mayweather, style, where he keeps his right hand, close to his chin, but at the same time, he's parrying shots, protecting his body with his left arm. We know that he's been vulnerable for the, the left hook. It happened in the Canelo fight, so he's going to have to be very careful. Keep his hands up, anticipate a lot of shots, because he knows that it's going to be a war. A lot of punches are going to be flying at him. He's going to have to be very careful, because when he gets hit by David Benavidez, it's a different kind of power. I'm not saying that David Benavidez hits harder than Canelo. We don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. But I think Caleb Plant has a good chance of winning this fight. Right now, I'd have to say it's 55% David Benavidez and 45% for Caleb Plant. I only say that because of the size. I think even though they are close in height, I just think in the ring it's gonna there's gonna be a substantial and noticeable difference in the size between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. I think David's gonna look a lot bigger, which might be a problem for Caleb. But Caleb's a smart fighter. We know that he's a really talented boxer, so that's why it makes it so exciting. The bad blood, everything going into it. Right now, I'd have to give David the edge. But if that ring's looking extra big, and David gets tired, we don't know how well David will adjust. Because a lot of people, a lot of critics say, David should be fighting at 175. He's beating up guys who are naturally 168. So they kind of hate on him in that regard. They bring up, issues on the scales. But it could work in his favor, or it could, do him a disservice, being at a weight that it's hard to cut down to 168. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, right now, I give the edge to David right now, just in terms of strength, activity, and he's just a good boxer, man. I think people are going to be surprised by his ability to box, not only slug and throw a lot of combinations, but be smart in there. So right now I'm going to go with David Benavidez, but who knows, maybe my attitude or opinion will change as we approach the fight, and I kind of get to see, their mindsets, as they face off, and where they're at when they're, answering, the typical press interview questions. So I could kind of get a gauge of where their mindsets are at from a boxing perspective. So because I really do think that their mindset is just as important as the the physical side of boxing and actually getting in there. So I'm rocking with David right now, but it's going to be a really close and entertaining fight. You ask me tomorrow, I might say differently, but right now I'm going with David, just stylistically. But let me know in the comments who you guys have as of now, and let me know in the comments how excited you guys are for this fight, because this is a big one, guys. David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. Let me know who you got in the comments. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. That's going to do it for another Naz Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Benavidez, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.